Egeria, Peregrinatio, Episode 8. Mons autem ipsa pergiro quidem unus esse videtur. Intus autem quod in grederis plures sunt, sed totum mons Dei appellatur. Specialis autem ille, in quies summitate est hic locus, ubi descendit majestas Dei, sicut scriptum est, in medio illordrum omnium est. Now, the mons, the mountain, autem here I am taking as continuative. The word has two basic valences or meanings, a continuative meaning and an adversative. When it is adversative, it is typically translated as but or however, something along those lines. Continuative, moreover, furthermore, etc. Now, the mountain itself seems to be, videtur esse unus, seems to be one, in fact, quidem, in a circle, per gyro. This word gyro is from the Greek gyros, and as you can see it has various spellings. We should also note that per, this preposition, in classical authors, always takes the accusative. Here it's clearly patterning with the ablative, which is solecistic, or perhaps we can just consider it a variation. So the mountain itself seems to be one mass, unus, in a kind of circle, but intus quod in grederis, when you go inside, when you get closer or nearer to it, in grederis is the second singular of the deponent verb in gredior. In gradi, it is a third conjugation deponent verb. And the stem of the verb gred here, by a vowel gradation, is related to the fourth declension noun gradus, gradus, which means a step or a pace. So it means to walk into, in gredior. As is often the case in Latin, the second singular here is used to indicate a generalizing idea. We would say in English, when one does this. In Latin, it was usually said, when you do this, speaking to a second singular. But when one walks in closer, there are many plures sunt, that is, many different peaks. But the whole of it, totum, here in the neuter singular and nominative, but the whole of it is called appellatur, the mountain of God. So this is an interesting construction because totum here is being used as the subject, appellatur the verb, and mons Dei is being used as a predicate. But autem, and I think this autem should be taken as adversative, unlike the first one which I construed as continuative. But that one, ille, meaning that peak or that part of the mountain, is singled out, specialis, special, that is belonging to its own class. Like species, it is the noun form, the adjective form of the noun species. But that one is singled out or belonging to its own class. In quies summitate, on the very top, summitate. This is an abstract noun of the third declension, summitas, summitatis, feminine, like almost all of these third declension abstractions, and clearly related to the superlative adjective summa. So that one is singled out, however, on the very top of which, or the summit of which, is that place, hic locus, where majestas Dei, the majesty or the glory of God, came down, descendit, majestas, also third declension abstraction in the feminine, so feminine singular and nominative, on which is that place, that spot where God's glory descended, just as it was written, sicut scriptum est, in the midst of them all, in medio illordrum omnium, in the midst of all of them it was, est. So I think that because we already have here a main verb, est, and we have this subordinate verb, descendit, and this subordination, est, I think that this portion here, in medio illorum omnium est, with a verb like this standing alone, this is meant to be a kind of quotation. The geography of the story, as recorded in Exodus, is still a matter of some controversy. We have a pretty good sense of where Egeria traveled here on the Sinai Peninsula.